Hey there, how's it going? Welcome to Water Songs Workshop, a place where I work on my character ideas, try out art challenges, and try to make your day a little bit brighter. Welcome back! I've decided to do something that's not Pokemon for once. Wow! It's a rare occasion, but can't monopolize on one thing, right? This time I decided to let my Discord channel vote on what they wanted me to be drawing next, what my next art challenge video was going to be. And it was interesting. There was a fight, not like an actual fight, but like there was a battle between two sides. One side absolutely wanted crabs. The other side absolutely wanted fairies. Crabs wasn't even an option, but someone suggested it, and a lot of people enjoyed the idea. So much so, even after the fairies won, the crab people came fighting back, and were like, what if you just got the fairies inspired by crabs? So now I'm in a position where I have to draw some fairies that are inspired by crabs of all things. I've never drawn a crab in my life. But I'm not gonna back down from a challenge. So I'm gonna start off by saying the through line here is that I decided to make this all make sense in my head. That this is all a bunch of fairies living in a village by the sea, and they all fit a specific need in the village. So, with that out of the way, I hope you enjoy these creatures. Not creatures, really. I hope you enjoy these creations. This mashup of fairies and crabs. Let's dive in. No pun intended. Let's start off with my favorite design of the group. I did roll a wheel initially, and the file got corrupted, or my computer couldn't process the whatever was happening on my random wheel. But I landed on 5 crabs, and I'm going to start off with the coconut crab. You know, the giant land-dwelling hermit crab, the largest arthropods on Earth. They're known for their incredible strength, strong enough to crack coconuts, and their ability to climb trees. So, something this strong, something this powerful, something this island-specific made me think that this needed to be Polynesian Pacific Islander inspired. Big muscles, bigger heart, just like a big old himbo with beautiful colors. I think when I first posted this in my Discord, one of the channel members, I think one of the channel members when I first posted this in Discord said that it looked like Maui, and I see it, but I think this guy's a little bit happier than Maui. My thought process of how he fits into the seaside fairy community is that a lot of fairies don't have that much strength, so infrastructure is kind of a problem. But this guy is more like a bodybuilder, and he does construction as a day job to build houses for the community. And I think at nighttime he just goes to the gym and does dances on the beach. You know, just a fun, nice, sweet guy. But yeah, here's my finished inspiration for a coconut crab as a fairy. Alright, so the next crab, we're gonna take a sharp right turn. The next crab I wanted to do was the Dungeness crab. Dungeness crabs are master of camouflage. They stick debris to their hairs and their shells to blend into their environments. They live a long time. And my thought process was something that like it's camouflage like this and stick things to them, has a bunch of barnacles on them, has a bunch of seaweed on them. My thought was to kind of go and like, what if they're this old hag fairy that collects old magic and memories that are found in barnacles that wash up on the shore, and she collects them, she hides away until someone comes looking for them, and then she'll give them back for a price. I mean, magic and memories are precious after all. People are going to come looking for them. So this old hag lady just lives by the sea collecting these barnacles that are filled with magic and morally ambiguous, kind of crazy looking. I decided to make this fairy like the epitome of like the magical collector in this village, like the keeper of secrets. I think he did a great job with her. I loved the seaweed wings I gave her, and that crazy eye is just perfect. But yeah, here's my finished interpretation of a Dungeness crab. as a fairy. Alright, the next one I wanted to do, the next one the wheel landed on, I guess, was the Florida stone crab. Now, stone crabs are known for their fast regeneration, specifically on their claws, and their insane crushing power. They can apparently crush up to 19,000 psi. So I wanted someone who had a bunch of power in their fists, and someone who could like quickly heal after a fight. And I thought the most obvious example of that would be a boxer. Especially with those like black tips on the end of the Florida stone crab's claws, it looked kind of like boxing gloves. They're like rounded, they looked like they could like deliver a powerful punch. And I also thought, what if this guy's role was to protect the village from creatures that prey on fairies without using weapons or lethal attacks? They could also be pretty good at mediating conflicts or teaching other people discipline. And that fast regeneration when they do get into a fight is extremely helpful when it comes to protecting a village, because they're probably going to have to be doing this day after day. So yeah, I decided to make them a boxer, and I love the pose and the dynamic punch I gave for this particular fairy. I love the colors, actually. These warm tones really like bring some bright energy to this guy. And I also gave him a little bit of a black eye, so like, because there was like a pop of like a bluish purple in there that I wanted to put somewhere, and I just couldn't figure it out for a little bit. But yeah, here's my finished interpretation of a Florida stone crab as a fairy. These last two are a little bit darker in comparison, but they're some of my favorite stories. I think they make so much sense. This next one, I decided to make, well, the wheel landed on the floral egg crab. The floral egg crab is known for its beautiful lace-like shell pattern, but it's also famously toxic, containing deadly paralytic neurotoxins that are similar to pufferfish. My thought process immediately was, what if I made this crab into like someone who's beautiful and wears a lacy dress, but also deals in poisons? And I decided that like she's probably been hurt and put into dangerous situations far too many times before, has learned to protect herself by making these poisons. She's also started to help others defend themselves if they are in danger. Every ecosystem needs a hero who moves in the shadows, after all. So, I love this design. She looks absolutely gorgeous. That flowy dress, that lace was so hard to figure out how to make work. I did find like a lace brush in Clip Studio that helped me out a lot here, but I had to do some serious finagling to make it like actually work and like lay how I wanted it to. So this was such a fun design to make, and I think she turned out so pretty, and I think she looks like the epitome of a good time. But yeah, here's my finished interpretation for a floral egg crab as a fairy. And the last crab we're going to work on is the ghost crab. Ghost crabs are beach dwellers named for their pale color and their ability to vanish into the sand. They're incredibly fast, running up to 10 miles per hour, which for a tiny little thing is absolutely insane. Originally, I believe this person originally was supposed to be like a fast messenger fairy, who ended up turning into a ghostly apparition. Her favorite hobby was beach volleyball, and unfortunately, she suffered from a shark bite after going after a rogue volleyball, but her body was so connected to the sand that she couldn't fully leave. So now she's more ghostly. Still plays beach volleyball, somehow. Like, her hands are still good. But I really wanted to take the name Ghost Crab and like really like twist it into like the one, I guess, legend lore of the village. Like, they originally had a purpose, but then they like became like this myth that you can still see. And I thought it'd be a fun storyline. I don't know. But yeah, here's my finished interpretation of a ghost crab as a fairy. But yeah, that should be everything. I honestly don't know why crabs were such a big thing for this. I don't know why that got fought over so much. It's either, I'm having a feeling it's a meme that I don't know about. It's that new game, Everything is Crab, or like people just have watched South Park recently and they got obsessed with crab people. I don't know, but regardless, this was a very fun challenge. And trying to have them all have their own story and like their place in like this seaside village was an interesting thought challenge. So this was fun. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this weird little scenario as much as I did. If you were a fairy, would you want to live in the seaside town? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, if you'd like to support me further in becoming a character concept artist, I have a Patreon. If you decide to join, you can help vote on upcoming art challenges like this one. You can be a part of the community and the Discord channel. You'll get special shoutouts. And if at higher tiers, you can get free monthly commissions. So lots of fun little perks you get. And every support helps me to take off this career. Speaking of Patreon members that I shout out, I have some shout outs. At the Sparkle tier, I have PillageTheVillage, timepixie, and Jackie. And for the first time at the Cosmic tier, we have our newest member, Devon. Thank you all so much. I love you so much. All of your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. But yeah, that should be everything. Thank you all so much for watching. It's been a great time. Keep being fantastic. And until next time, I'll see you around.